Alright, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. And today is a special video. Today is 8/2/24, and we are celebrating Kobe Bryant today. Obviously, this is kind of, it's a tough one. Obviously, with his passing a couple years ago, which still even doesn't feel real to me. But today we're going to be honoring Kobe Bryant, so I'm going to be talking about some of his top moments of his career, and we're going to put them into a tier list and kind of just be able to celebrate the life of Kobe Bryant. Even got my special, Kobe jersey on today. I decided between this one. I also have the Lower Marion jersey, but I decided to go with. We're talking about more of his time in the NBA at the Lakers, so I decided to wear this one today. But yeah, so we're doing today. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, turn on notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Look to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. All right, and here we are with the tier list. I had to go look at some articles, do some research and stuff to try to assemble 24 of the best Kobe Bryant moments. So we have them today. I might have missed a couple. These are just what I saw in articles and stuff like that and what I remember. So here we go. We got 24 of them here. We're going to put them S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. I'll let you know now, we're probably not going to put any lower than like a B, to be honest, because these are such iconic moments. But we're going to go. And I have them in chronological order as well, so we can go through the history of Bryant. A couple of them aren't really chronological, like a certain moment. It's just about like an iconic thing that he's done throughout his entire career, but whatever. Sorry, we're getting into it. First one I'm going to start off with is the 1997 dunk contest. He won the 1997 dunk contest. This one is honestly, it's probably going to go in the B tier. Like, I don't think we're going to have any C or D tier. No, like, dull moments here, obviously, because he's a legend. But I'm putting in B just because when you think about Kobe Bryant, this is one of the things that you really have to kind of really, really remember. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people don't even really know that he did win a dunk contest, but he did. This is kind of how he first got his real big jump and big start, was winning the dunk contest. So I'll go in B tier. That's probably one of the lower moments in terms of all the iconic moments we have here, but we have that. Next one, again, isn't like a certain signature one moment. It's his iconic dunk, the 360 dunk that he does. I will put that in the A tier. A lot of people try to recreate it. I remember LeBron recreated it a little bit after his passing in a game. A lot of people have tried to do it. It's a hard dunk too. It's a crazy dunk. It's like you're coming around and you just got to do the 360. Like, it's kind of like a 360. You're cradling. Like, that's a hard dunk to do. And so yeah, I put it in the A tier. Next, we got the alley oop to Shaq in the conference finals in a game 7. I think I want to say. Game 7 of the conference finals against the Portland Trail Blazers. The lob to Shaq. This one might have to go S tier. I mean, it's an iconic moment. I mean, when you think about playoff history, especially like modern playoff history, like the 2000s and stuff, this is one of the first things that plays in like commercials and stuff like that. Like when people think of these moments, this is one of the first moments that come to mind. I mean, the lob to Shaq, the reaction, how Shaq grabbed it, dunked it, and that was like their first championship that they won in the three-peat. So that was a big deal. So I think that one goes to S just because people remember it all the time. Next one, this is a no doubt S tier. The iconic picture. This picture is iconic. It will forever reign in NBA history as after the 2001 finals, him sitting in the shower, nonchalantly just holding a championship trophy. People have tried to recreate it all the time, but no one will ever be able to recreate this iconic picture. Like, this is literally the definition dang near of an iconic picture. Like, NBA, like, people in 50 years from now in the NBA this picture will still be shown in NBA finals and stuff like that. Like, that's how iconic this picture is. So yeah, that's a no doubt S tier. Next, we have the 12 3-pointers versus the Seattle Supersonics. That was the record. 12 threes versus Seattle. I would say this one this will probably be A or B tier. You kind of forget too. Like, I kind of even forgot that Kobe Bryant once hit 12 3-pointers in a game, but he did against the Seattle Supersonics. I think this one would go to. I'll put it in I want to put an A just because like it was a record at that point. But again, I'm trying to think of like I'm kind of basing this based off how iconic and how much you remember. Like 12 threes isn't one of the things you first remember, but it's also not something you gotta be like kind of like the back end. Like it's kind of in the middle, so maybe I'll put it A, just because. Yeah, I'll put it in A just because it was a record. You know, he hit 12 threes in a game that's since been broken, obviously, but still, like hitting 12 threes was a big deal, and it was a record. It's a big moment. I'll put it in A. Next, the dunk on Yao Ming. Dunking on Yao, that's a big deal. I mean, dunking on a 7'6" guy is no easy task. Obviously, especially a guy like Yao Ming. Um, it's either A or B too for me. I think I put it probably in B tier. I'll put it in B tier. You know, it's just a moment that's like it's not gonna be shown throughout his accolades and stuff, but it's a moment that did happen and it's a very cool moment, and the picture is awesome as well. Thankfully I was able to find. I made this tier list, by the way. I made this tier list, put all this out, you know, try to find pictures and well, good enough pictures at least for each moment that capitalize or like seizes that moment. So yeah. Next we had 55, the 55 on Jordan. When he dropped 55 on Michael Jordan, his idol. Obviously, I think that's an A tier. That's an A tier for me. I mean, he literally dang near he modeled his game and everything after Michael Jordan, and to be able to go against him and not even just go against him and play well, but drop 55 on him, like that's an insane moment. So that has to go. Even if it was older Jordan, it doesn't matter. Still. Next we have the dunk on the Denver Nuggets, that crazy 360 dunk on the Denver Nuggets. That one's also a B tier. Honestly, I feel like probably single moments like dunks and stuff are probably gonna be lower than like actual moments like these, like iconic moments that change like dang near change NBA history and stuff. But that dunk on Denver Nuggets was crazy. Like I forgot that even happened. I was going through it and then it said the dunk on Denver, and I looked. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he did do that. Like that was a crazy like he was stumbling, kind of just did a 360 because he was near the basket, dunked. Like that was actually insane. So that's B tier. Next, the dunk on Dwight Howard. Um, I did just say singular moments like that would go lower, but I want to put this one in A because that was a crazy dunk. Like this is a dunk that I still think about a lot. Like I still think about this dunk, so I'm putting an A. I think honestly that could be maybe the best dunk of Kobe's career. Like look at this picture. Like look at this picture. He literally has his nuts in Dwight Howard's face, and Dwight Howard was a 7-foot athletic demon. This was rookie Dwight, but still, like that's an insane picture, man. That has to go A tier. That's probably the best dunk of his career. Like that's actually, I think about that still a lot. That's actually insane. Next, the duel against Shaq. Their first time playing against each other, Christmas Day 2004. I want to say 2005. Their first duel against each other, and this kind of is more just like the Kobe Shaq feud in general. Not just, well, this is like the iconic moment, but just like the whole in general feud that's since been made up, obviously. But that was a crazy feud. I didn't even have to put that S2 because that feud was just, I mean, that changed a lot of NBA history. Like Shaq got traded, Kobe kind of rose into superstardom. Like that changed a lot, you know. And then the kind of full circle moment of them coming back together, was nice. So I think that goes S for me, honestly. That goes S just because the storyline, the plot storyline is just insane. So I'll put that S. Next, the 62 on Dallas. Well, yeah, he outscored the Dallas Mavericks in 3 quarters by himself. He put up 62 points in 33 minutes. I'll put that in A tier. I don't know if that's S tier, super iconic. Well, it is, but I don't know. Compared to some other ones I'm gonna have up here, that one will go in A. But that is a crazy moment ago. I mean, outscoring a team by yourself in 3 quarters, not just like in 1 quarter. I think in 3 quarters you outscored an entire team. Like that's legitimately insane to do that. Next, the 81 point game has to be S tier. Maybe the greatest game in NBA history. Like he scored 81 points in a game, bro. Like you see now, especially with, I mean, you see the scoring now. The last couple of years, we've had multiple 70-point games in NBA history. Yet no one has still gotten close to 81. The closest we've gotten is Luka put up 73, but even then he still was 8 points away. Like 81, especially in that point, whether 2006, where threes weren't a big thing and all that stuff. Like that's a record that's probably not going to be touched for a little while. The 81 points. That was just insane. That's S tier. Next, the game winner versus the Phoenix Suns. This is another very, very iconic moment. This might Daniel has to go into S tier too. Like I think about this. I'm trying to think of like moments you think about when you think about Kobe Bryant. What are the first things you think about? This game winner for the Suns is up there for me personally. It's either it's high A or low S. Like it's either like A plus or like the lowest tier of S. Personally, probably. So I'm gonna put it in. I'll put it in S tier. It's an amazing game winner. I mean, he was guarded by like 2 or 3 people. After the one he did pulled the chest and did that, like that's just or like this like that everything. That was an iconic moment. Was that when he pulled the chest? No, I was it. Am I misremembering? I might be misremembering. I don't know, but that's S tier. Next, 4 straight 50-point games. That'll go in A tier. This was March 2006. He had 4 straight games of 50, which has never been done. That's again insane. That 2005 to 2008, 2009, not even 2010. What am I talking about? 2010. Like that run was just that's an insane run, and to have 4 straight 50-point games at that point, that was crazy. That goes in A tier. MVP, the MVP win. That will probably go into B tier, only because, I mean, it is very, very wild that he's only won one MVP in his career. Like, he literally had a year where he averaged 35 points per game, and then another year where he averaged 31, didn't win MVP. Like, that's insane. Like, this was, what, 2008, I want to say, when he won his first MVP? Like, that's absolutely insane that he only won one. So I'll put it in B tier. Next, the scowl, the iconic Kobe face, the scowl, just like the, locked in face. That I think that has to go to S. That's an iconic Kobe face. Like when you see so many pictures of Kobe Bryant, you see him making that face. That I think that has to be S tier. That's an iconic face. No one will ever be able to kind of recreate that. Next, in the Olympics, running through Pau Gasol's chest. That's an A tier. That's an A tier. Yeah, being able to run through, like setting the tone early. That's like the first, second possession of the game. Like he said, like no, I'm running through his chest. We're setting the tone early, and they did, and they came out and won the gold medal. This was after 2004, where they failed, and then this was the redeemed team. I watched. If you didn't watch that documentary they had on it, that it was really, really good. And this was like one of the bigger moments was having Kobe running through Pau Gasol's chest, a teammate of a brother of his, saying no friends on this court. So that just encapsulates everything about Kobe Bryant right there in that image. Next, 61 in Madison Square Garden. That's another A tier. Madison Square Garden, the biggest venue potentially in the world, especially in the basketball world, but maybe in the world in general. Madison Square Garden, to able to go in there and drop 61, which I think was the record. I think Carmelo broke that record. Didn't Carmelo put up 62 in the Garden? So I think Melo has that record now, but still having the record at that time, 61 in MSG. That's an A tier. Next, this is the 2009 Finals win. This is important because this was his first win as the number one option. This is he finally kind of showed everybody, I can do this without Shaq. Like, I can do this by myself. I can lead a team to a championship. And they absolutely demolished the Orlando Magic. I'll put this in a B tier. I don't think it's as high and iconic as other moments, but it's still a very iconic moment just because of, kind of getting over that hump. As I'm the number one guy, I won one by myself. I don't have the 2010 win here as well, but that was another iconic moment, too, that we have to acknowledge. Next, the game winner versus the Miami Heat, the one-legged game winner. This, I don't think it's S, but it has to be either A or B. I feel like I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A. That was a crazy game winner. Epic game as well against him and Dwayne Wade, two of the best shooting guards in the league at the time. And to have it cap off with that insane off the glass one-legged game winner. Like only Kobe is the only one that really could do that, you know. Next, the flinch. Um, is this S? This might have to be S tier too. Like S tier has become a lot more like iconic moments. Yeah, the flinch is not flinching is the iconic moment when Matt Barnes threw the ball in his face and he just didn't care at all. Like that. That's such a funny, iconic moment. You know, that just shows everything. Again, another image and stuff that just encapsulates what Kobe Bryant is and who Kobe Bryant is. So that goes in S. Next, the 2 free throws after the torn Achilles. 2 free throws after the torn Achilles. I'll put that in B. Yeah, I wouldn't put it over a lot of these moments, but that's still a crazy moment, especially being, you know, near the end of his career. Torn his Achilles, came out, still hit both free throws. Like that, again, not many people could do that, but Kobe did. So gotta give a lot of credit to that. I didn't even realize how early that was too. Like that was 2012, 13. Like Dwight Howard was still in the Lakers at that point. I don't know why my brain kind of timed like that as a little bit later, but yeah. Next, the soft like Charbon. That's iconic. I'll put that. I don't think it's S tier iconic, but I'll put it in A. The soft like Charmin practice. A lot of people have told great stories about that. Julius Randle did when he was on Paul George's show. And yeah, again, another image and moment that just encapsulates who Kobe Bryant is and what he is. Like yelling at his own teammates, like y'all are soft. This is the young Lakers too, you know. So this was Julius Randle was young. This is when they weren't good anymore. Like that's yeah. And then finally, the last game, 60-point. That has to be S, no question about it. Like that is an S tier moment. That's another iconic moment. Last game of his career, puts up 60 in the win and Staples. Like, come on, man. Like that's crazy. Yeah. So S tier, we got the alley-oop to Shaq, the iconic picture after the finals, the feud versus Shaq, the 81-point game, the game winner against the Suns, the scowl, the flinch, and 60 in the finale. A tier, we got his iconic dunk, 12 threes, 55 on Jordan, the dunk on Dwight, outscoring Dallas in 3 quarters, the 4 straight 50s, running through Pau Gasol in the Olympics, 61 in MSG, game winner versus Miami in the soft like Charmin practice. And then B tier, we have the dunk contest win, dunk on Yao Ming, the dunk on Denver, his MVP, the 2009 finals win, and the 2 free throws after torn Achilles. But there's a whole lot more moments. You know, a lot more moments. Even off court, winning an Oscar. He's won an Oscar, so that's. I mean, like NBA player also has an Oscar win. Like, are you serious? That's crazy. The statues, you know, that he's had, multiple All-Star games, multiple accolades, everything like that. Like, there's so much we could talk about with Kobe Bryant, and it's still crazy that he's not here anymore, man. That's just wow. It's just insane. But yeah, rest in peace to the Mamba. You know, he'll never be forgotten. Gigi, as well. Rest in peace to her and everybody that lost their lives in that terrible, terrible accident. And I don't even know how to end this. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, just looking at all this is like, dang, like this is crazy. He's done all this in his career. You know, one of the most iconic careers and iconic people, honestly, in sports history. But yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite Kobe Bryant moments is. If it was one on here, if it's a moment that maybe I missed and something that didn't get put on here that you also love, let me know down in the comments below. If you do like the content around here, again, consider subscribing, like, turn on notifications, all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.